Did you hear about the man from Florida who tried to trade a live alligator for a pack of beer at a convenience store? Now that's what you call a wild night in Florida. Florida's not just about the sun, surf, and sand. It's also about the quirky and the downright bizarre. Like the fellow who thought it was a good idea to use an ATM as a fishing rod. Yes, you heard it right, he tried to cash out a fish. Or the woman who called 911 because her ice cream didn't have enough sprinkles. I mean, we all love sprinkles, but that's taking it a bit too far, don't you think? So buckle up, folks. Now, let's dive into the top 5 free and budget-friendly things to do in the Sunshine State. Coming in at number 5, have a relaxing day at one of Florida's stunning natural springs. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about a bunch of water bubbling up from the ground? Well, my friends, these aren't your average puddles. Florida's natural springs are a sight to behold. Imagine crystal clear water, so pure you can see straight to the bottom. It's like peering into a liquid sapphire, sparkling under the golden Florida sun. And the beauty doesn't stop at the water's edge. These springs are nestled within lush forests, making it feel like you've stepped into a tropical paradise. The trees are alive with the chatter of birds, and if you're lucky, you might even spot a playful otter or an elegant heron. But don't just stand on the sidelines, folks. Dive in. The water's a constant 72 degrees, making it perfect for a refreshing swim. And don't worry, the springs are gentle, so you won't get swept away. You can even bring along a picnic and make a day of it. Picture this: you and your loved ones, basking in the sunshine, munching on sandwiches, and watching the water ripple and flow. Sounds like a pretty good day, doesn't it? And the best part? Many of these springs are free to visit, or only require a small fee. Places like Juniper Springs, Rock Springs, and Manatee Springs are all budget-friendly options that offer a slice of natural Florida beauty. So if you're looking for a way to escape the hustle and bustle, to connect with nature and unwind, then a trip to one of Florida's natural springs is just the ticket. It's more than just a dip in the water. It's an opportunity to immerse yourself in Florida's untouched beauty, to feel the sun on your skin and the cool water against your toes. A day at the springs is not just a day in nature, but a unique Florida experience. At number 4, give a visit to some of Florida's state parks. Now, when we talk about Florida, most folks think about sandy beaches, orange groves, and maybe even a mouse with very big ears. But there is a whole other side to the Sunshine State that you may not know about. We're talking about the diverse and beautiful state parks that are scattered across this tropical paradise. With over 175 state parks, trails, and historic sites, Florida's state parks offer a veritable buffet of natural beauty and outdoor activities. From the Panhandle to the Keys, there's a park for every taste and every explorer. Let's start with the wildlife. Florida's state parks are home to a wide variety of critters that you won't find anywhere else. Whether it's spotting manatees in Blue Spring State Park, watching sea turtles nest on the beaches of Bahia Honda, or catching a glimpse of the elusive Florida panther in Fakahatchee Strand Preserve, there's a wildlife adventure waiting for you. And speaking of adventures, let's talk about the hiking trails. Whether you're an experienced hiker or just a casual walker, these parks offer trails that cut through lush forests, skirt along crystal clear springs, and climb over ancient sand dunes. There are trails for all ages and abilities, so don't worry about bringing the little ones along. Now I know what you're thinking. But what about the views? Well, let me tell you, the views in these parks are nothing short of breathtaking. Imagine standing atop a towering bluff, overlooking the turquoise waters of the Gulf of Mexico, or watching the sunset over a sprawling marsh, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange. These are the kind of moments you can capture in Florida's state parks. So whether you're a nature enthusiast, a wildlife lover, or just someone looking for a peaceful retreat, Florida's state parks have something for you. So why not pack a picnic, grab your hiking boots, and head out for an adventure? Unleash your inner adventurer at the state parks of Florida. Coming in at number 3, enjoy a leisurely walk on one of Florida's world-class beaches. Now folks, you haven't truly experienced the Sunshine State until you've had your toes in the sand, basking in the warmth of a Florida beach. Let me tell you, it's something else. Florida is blessed with over 1,000 miles of coastline and hundreds of beaches. Each one unique, each one beautiful. So whether you're on the Panhandle or down in the Keys, there's a beach waiting for you. And the best part? It's absolutely free. One of the most popular beaches is Clearwater Beach, over on the Gulf Coast. With its sugar white sand and crystal clear waters, it's a little slice of paradise right here in Florida. There's nothing quite like a sunset stroll on Clearwater, watching as the sky lights up in shades of pink and orange. Over on the Atlantic side, there's Daytona Beach. Famous for its hard-packed sand that once hosted car and motorcycle races, today it's a haven for families looking for fun in the sun. And for those looking for a bit of tranquility, there's always Anastasia State Park Beach in St. Augustine. With its unspoiled dunes and peaceful atmosphere, it's the perfect place to unwind. There are plenty of activities to enjoy on these beaches too. You can try your hand at building an epic sandcastle, go for a swim, or even try some beach volleyball. Or you can simply sit back, relax, and watch the world go by. And let's not forget about the incredible wildlife. From the playful dolphins jumping in the waves to the pelicans gliding overhead, there's always something to see. But the real magic happens when the sun starts to set. The sky transforms into a canvas of vibrant colors, and the world seems to stand still. It's a sight that never fails to take your breath away. So, folks, next time you're in Florida, make sure to set aside some time for a beach day. Because let me tell you, a beach day in Florida is always a day well spent. At number 2, enjoy a morning at a local farmer's market. Now, who doesn't love a good farmer's market? Florida's farmers markets are a treasure trove of fresh produce, homemade crafts, and friendly faces, all without breaking the bank. It's like a weekly festival celebrating the bounty of Mother Nature right in the heart of the Sunshine State. Take a stroll through the stalls and you'll find a cornucopia of fruits and vegetables picked at the peak of their freshness. From sweet, succulent oranges to crisp, refreshing cucumbers, the produce here is as vibrant and diverse as Florida itself. But it's not just about the produce. The farmers market is also a fantastic place to sample some local crafts and homemade goods. Maybe you'll find a jar of honey straight from a local beekeeper's hive, or a loaf of artisan bread baked with love and Florida sunshine. And let's not forget, when you shop at a farmer's market, you're not just getting great produce and crafts. You're also supporting local farmers and artisans, helping to keep Florida's agricultural scene thriving and diverse. So, next time you're in Florida, get up early on a Saturday morning and head to a local farmer's market. Soak in the sights, the smells, and the sounds. Sample some local produce, pick up a craft or two, and chat with the friendly vendors. A visit to a farmer's market is a tasty way to support local businesses. And finally, at number 1, take a stroll through historic St. Augustine. Now, if you're a fan of history and beautiful architecture, then St. Augustine is just the place for you. Known for its Spanish colonial architecture, this charming city is the oldest continuously occupied European established settlement in the continental United States. Just imagine that. St. Augustine is a living, breathing museum, and the best part is that you can explore much of it for free. There's no admission fee to wander the narrow cobblestone streets, soaking in the atmosphere of a city that's been around for over 4.5 centuries. Now, if you want to dive a little deeper into the history, there are plenty of free walking tours available. These tours are led by knowledgeable guides who can give you a fascinating insight into the city's past. They'll take you through centuries-old neighborhoods, past grand old churches, and around the city's historic fort. But the history isn't the only thing that's budget-friendly here. There are plenty of affordable attractions, like the Lightner Museum and the St. Augustine Lighthouse, where you can get a bird's-eye view of the city. And let's not forget the food. The city is dotted with quaint cafes and eateries, where you can sample local delicacies without breaking the bank. A walk through St. Augustine is like a step back in time. This city is not just a destination, it's an experience. A stroll through its streets is a journey into the past, a chance to walk in the footsteps of those who shaped the history of this great nation. Well, folks, that wraps up our top 5 free and budget-friendly things to do in Florida. From basking in the natural springs to sauntering through historic St. Augustine, there's joy in every nook and cranny. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep exploring.